Hey, Tubies. It's Psychic Bob. Well, it is so good to be with you guys. Well, I'm sitting here and I am peering into my crystal ball. You know, don't you love it when you pack stuff away and then you rediscover it? Have you ever done that? I bought this crystal ball a few years ago, but in the middle of one of my cleaning jags and rearranging, I put it inside a box and it got stored away. And I just rediscovered it. And I just love it. It's a tiny little ball, but its clarity is so brilliant. It's just beautiful. Isn't that lovely? I'm just a big fan of crystal balls. So I'm sitting there today and I'm looking in the crystal ball and I'm getting some spirit messages for you guys. Well, here we are. It's Tuesday. Welcome to Messages from the Spirit World. My name is Bob Hickman. I'm going to be your psychic reader today. And I just want to say, thank you. Thank you to all of you who came out to yesterday's video. We had horoscopes. And if you didn't see that, definitely check that out. I covered all 12 zodiac signs. It was a lot of fun. So here we are now. It's Tuesday. That means time for Messages from the Spirit World. And for those of you who are new, this is something we do each week. And I answer letters from people. And if you want to get on Messages from the Spirit World, it's absolutely free. And what you can do is you can put your question, your psychic question, in the comment box below this video, or you can write to me at my email, which I'll have the link below, readings@robert-hickman.com. Again, all those links will be in the info box below. So I want to thank you guys for being here. You know, I have the best time reading for you guys. For those of you who are new here, you may not know I am a full-time professional psychic medium. And, I do work all day long as a psychic, and I love it. But I like to take time and get out of my hectic day and make time for you guys as well. And so you could think of Messages from the Spirit World as my way of just kind of my community service to give back for all the blessings and love I've received. So I want to welcome you here. Now, if you're new here, and you're saying, Psychic Bob, I sent you a letter, I've been waiting. I'm getting hundreds of letters right now, so I ask your patience. And, I always say, when you watch messages, even if your letter doesn't get answered right away, listen to all the messages, because every letter can be used as a tool by instrument to reach out. And you might get an answer to a question you hadn't even thought of, or maybe somebody else's letter just like yours. So be open to that, because the spirit world is trying to reach as many people as they can. So I'm so glad you're here. By the way, I want to show you, I don't know if you can see this. This is my new silver pentacle pendant. Isn't that cool? I like it. It's just a simple, elegant pentacle. Anyways, I've been wearing this today and just enjoyed it. Well, we're going to get into all the letters here, but before we do that, let's all just take a moment. Let's center ourselves. Let's just settle down and let's attune to the spirit world. Okay, I hear my spirit guide Fletcher back here. He says hello to all of you. All right, our first letter today is from Jennifer Croxton. Hello, Jennifer. Jennifer writes, she says, Hi, Bob. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you, darling. I'm glad you're here, too. I was wondering if you can see a past life connection with me and my new boyfriend. I swear I know him from somewhere. Thanks for doing what you do. Brightest blessings to you. Hi, Jennifer. It's interesting. When I step into your frequency, I get a silver cord between you guys. That definitely does mean a soul connection here. And I want to place this back during the Victorian times, like 1800s. It's interesting because Fletcher's back here and he said, oh, they knew each other. And what's interesting, you both lived in England. You were kind of from the upper classes, very well-off people in the Victorian times. But what's interesting about that lifetime is each of you were in marriages to other people. You were into kind of arranged marriages. They used to do that in a lot of the upper classes back then. And you all ended up meeting at like a party. It was a dinner party. And there was this instant passion, a soul feeling. I actually think there's even more lifetimes than that, but that's where you really recognized it. Unfortunately, because you were each married to other people, you never really could act on your love. You guys used to kind of write each other letters, and you would meet in the park and go for walks. You never had a full, what do I say, a full traditional affair, like fully, fully on. So, but it was more a flirtation and a longing that was never actually expressed. Because each of you knew, because of your positions in society, it could never happen. And you didn't go there. You honored your vows. But in your hearts, you always said, someday, if there's a future life, we'll meet again. And I believe that now you have met each other in this life. So there is a past life connection. You might want to get a book on Victorian England. Get one that has photos of that time period. They did have cameras then. It might be interesting for both you and your boyfriend to sit and look at that, because I think it will spark a vague memory of that time for each of you, and you'll know, okay? But that's where it's from. And now you're back to get to really discover what it's like to be a couple together. All right? I send blessings to you. Thanks for writing. All right, our next letter is from Kelly Punk. Hello, Kelly Punk. I love that name. Kelly writes, she says, Dear Bob, how does one learn to pull sexual power back into the body? We all know that this energy exits the body through the top of the head and into the universe. But how can one create a loop where it re-enters back into the body? Kelly, that's a very interesting question, because it is true that, our body has this energy. Now, let me kind of throw my own 2 cents in on this. I believe that sexual energy is generated at the sacral chakra. This is the chakra right at the pelvic bone. And it's an orange-colored chakra. You could visualize it as an orange ball. And this is where our sexual energy comes from, but also our creative energy, our artistic energy. And so it has a great and powerful role in our lives. I don't really think you have to think about this in the terms of getting that energy to re-enter the body, because I don't think it's necessary to view it from that way, because I believe that the chakra's power is basically unlimited. It is of the spirit. And so if you want to experience more charge in that way, then meditate on the orange chakra at the base of the pelvis. Or you can also bring that energy more fully into your life through wearing like orange clothes, or having a piece of like orange paper in front of you on your altar that you meditate on, or orange candle. So use the color orange to stimulate that energy, and that will actually generate unlimited amounts of that energy that you can use however you choose to use, whether it be through sexual expression or through artistic expression, creative expression. So that's how I don't think you have to worry about losing the energy or pulling it back to you. I say generate more. Okay, that's a good question, though. Hope that helps. Thanks for writing. All right, our next letter is from I Love Candy 56. Hello, I Love Candy 56. I Love Candy writes, Hi, Psychic Bob. I'm curious to know what spirit is around me. I can sense someone, but having trouble communicating with them. Thank you for all that you do. Blessings to you. Hi, I Love Candy. When I step into your frequency, I'm hearing a voice of a woman speaking to me. It's an older woman. It's interesting. She looks like she's about 85, 90 years old. But she's one of these people, like when, some people, when they age, they get more beautiful. Like I'm looking at this woman, I'm like, she could be 20 or she could be 100. It's like, her beauty is radiant, but I can see her age, but she doesn't seem old. Very interesting. I pick up the name around this of Miriam. And I believe that Miriam lived actually in the 1700s. I believe she's connected to ancient Wales, and I do believe she was a healer and a priestess of the ancient religion. She was a witch, basically. But she surrounds you to guide you. She keeps saying, I hear her saying, she says, opening the power, opening the power. So this woman has come in to help you open your own spiritual and psychic power. And to be honest, I think you have a little bit of witch power in you. And I say that in a good way, because I'm a witch as well, so I know witch energy. And so don't be afraid of that. But this woman, Miriam, is coming in to help you to find your inner spirit and your inner power. You might want to do some reading on the subject of Wicca if you haven't done that already. I feel like she's pulling you towards that. And Miriam will help you with that, okay? Anyways, that's who's around you. And I suspect as you open up your connection with her, there will be other spirits around you. Fletcher's back here. He said, the Fae want to work with you. That's the fairy people. So I believe that Miriam will also help connect you to the fairies. You don't believe in fairies? Look it up. You'll find out they're real. All right. Anyways, let me know how it goes. Thank you for writing. Hope that answers your question. Blessings to you. All right. Our next letter is from Angela Burkhammer. Angela writes, she says, Psychic Bob, thank you for all that you do. Well, darling, thank you. I'm just glad you're here. I'm glad I can be of service to you. And she writes, my husband Jason has gotten into some legal issues and is now in jail. Do you see him getting through this and coming home to me and our kids anytime soon? Thank you. Blessed be. Hi, Angela. First of all, hon, I'm really sorry that you're going through this. This is a very, very difficult and challenging situation for you, and I want to acknowledge that. And, you know, I'm just glad you're here at Spirit Channel because, you know, we're a community. We help each other get through a lot of tough stuff. And so many of you, and yourself included, have been so kind to me. You've always supported me in my challenge. So I want to let you know, first of all, that I'm here as your friend to support you. And I will pray for you and for your family and your husband. And everybody here is going to help you. I have to be painfully honest with you about this, okay? And I don't say this to upset you. I say this out of honesty and love. You know, as a spirit worker, I have to say what they tell me. Your husband is needing to go through this now. And that doesn't mean that he's a bad person or evil. It's not a judgment. But on a soul level, he is seeking to understand, believe it or not, his own self, his boundaries. And he actually allowed this into his life in order to discover who he really is. On one level, on a soul level, he knows that he messed up. And I'm going to be honest, I feel that he did create this. And I'm not saying that it's pleasant, but he needs the lesson. This will be a time of transformation for him. The good news is that I do see him actually getting his sentence shortened. And I do feel that by the summertime, by June, you'll be getting a word in the change of his status. So I do believe he will come home by the end of summer, by August, I believe at the latest, early September. This has been a sobering reality for him. And I want you to love him and support him through it. Make sure to visit him. And I would even say take your children. And I know some people say, well, I don't want my children to be subjected to be in jail. And he might say, don't bring the kids. I don't want them to see this. But he needs that support. And so I want you to visit with him and take the children. If you've been doing it, wonderful. But if you've been scared or hesitant to go there, he needs your support. Love really can heal all. And part of his challenge, I have to be honest, I pick up around him, is an addictive issue. I believe that he has connection to possibly an alcohol and or drug addiction. Doesn't make him bad. It actually indicates he has a more of a psychic sensitivity than most people. Many people that struggle with addiction issues are actually very psychic, but they kind of self-medicate through the alcohol or the drugs or whatever they use to balance themselves, because it's hard for them to be in this world with all that they sense and feel. I don't know if you can do it now, but I would encourage you to take to your husband, if he's allowed to receive jewelry in the jail. Some jails allow people to wear jewelry. Bring him a piece of black tourmaline as a necklace or a ring or a pendant. Black tourmaline. This will help him be protected. It will deflect the hostile energies around him. It will keep him safe, and it will help him to be grounded and focused so that he can work on getting himself in a place of clear focus and good behavior so that he will be released early. Okay. So for now, for a little longer, he's going to be there. But as I said, by the end of summer, I do feel that he will be released. And I hope that this gives you a little help along the way. So please know that everybody here is praying for you and your children, because I know it's tough for you on your own. So I want everybody here at Spirit Channel, let's send some healing energy to Angela Burkhammer and her family. Okay? Just send some light to them today. So Angela, we're with you, okay? And we're going to help you. And when your husband gets out, you're going to be surprised, because there's going to be a clarity of thought around him. And he'll be like, wow, I'm glad I went through it. He'll say it's tough, but he'll say it's changed him. And I do believe it's changing him for the better, okay? So let the Spirit work, and you keep praying for him, and you love him and support him. He's going to come through this. And you're going to be a strong family when it's all done. Hope that helps. Blessings to you. Thanks for writing. All right, our next letter is from Rashmi Kawa. Hello, Rashmi. Rashmi's a long-time viewer here. Thank you for your support. Rashmi says, Dearest Bob, I misplaced my notebook somewhere in my living room. Can you please help me find it? Previously, you were helpful in locating my mother's missing watch. Also, would it be possible for you to give me a mini reading? I'm so depressed since losing my mother and husband in 2013 and 2014. Please help me. I love your stuff. Love, Raz. XX. Hi, Rashmi. Well, I got to tell you, Rashmi, as far as that notebook goes, I'm getting two different places around it here. I think it's been moved a few times. I keep seeing it near a sofa area. I don't know if it's like in between the pillows of the sofa, or it's fallen underneath. I think it's been in both places. So it's slid back under a sofa. I want to put it on would be like the right side, the right hand, if you're sitting on the sofa to the right. So that's the area I want to look for that notebook. I see it sliding down inside the sofa and possibly falling out under the sofa. So that's where I'm picking it up. It's still in the room, and you will locate it, okay? Also want you to look, there's another area. I feel at one point you may have said it there. I don't think it's there, but it may have a connection for your memory. But I'm seeing along one wall a shelf. It's like a shelf on the wall or a bookcase. And I feel like you've had this, literally like this notebook, in your hand, and you've set it up on a shelf, like on top of a shelf. And at one point it was there. And that may have been right before you went over to the sofa. So anyways, look at both of those places, okay? Let me know. All right. Also, and I have to tell you, I can feel the dark blue light around you. That's the light of depression. And I know that you're going through a struggle. But I want you to know that the people that you have lost, your mom and your husband, are in fact right there in the room with you. They're there actually every day because they're concerned about you. And I can tell you that your mom and your husband are both over in the light. And so you don't have to have any fear anymore. They're at peace. But they do want to let you know that they love you. I can actually hear them talking. They're literally around you as I'm speaking. They're like, please tell them. So they want me to tell you that, one, you are loved. Your husband says to tell you, he said, I know I haven't always been the best husband. He said, I was a little lazy sometimes. That's the word he said. That's his words. He said, I was a little lazy and I didn't always do what I should have, and I didn't always support Rashmi. But your husband is now saying that they love you and they're trying to be better husbands, so they're going to be with you. I also hear your mom. She's back there. She's very eager to jump in. And she's like, well, don't let the door close without me getting it. And she has to tell you, she said she's not in any pain. She showed me at the time of her crossing, there was a lot of bodily problems. She had some blood sugar issues. I don't know if you're aware. She had a diabetes issue, and she also had some heart and lung issues. So she said it just, nothing was working. There were some blood pressure problems as well. And it looks like some cancer too. And she said, had I stayed longer, it would have gotten worse. She says to tell you she had to leave the body to spare everybody's suffering. She said, I know it's hard. She said, but I had to do it to spare everybody. She's in the line. She said she's with God. It looks like her grandmother came to take her over to spirit. So she wants you to know she's fine. She's handing me some beautiful flowers here for you. And these look like they're called tiger lilies. They're kind of like an orange type lily, like a lily flower, but they're orangish. And she says, I want to give her some tiger lilies. So she's giving these flowers to you as a gift. And I hear your husband back here, and he said, well, if she's giving flowers, I'm giving flowers too. And your husband just brought me a big bouquet of red roses, long stem. So they want to both give you flowers and let you know you're loved. Now, you might actually start scenting flowers around your house. So be ready for that, and that's a sign from them. And your mom keeps talking to me about, she said, did she see the bird on the lawn? The bird on the lawn. So somewhere outside your home, there's a bird that's going to be consistently like appearing every day. You're like, there's that bird again. That's a sign from her, okay? So, and your husband told me, he said, I'm throwing coins on the living room floor. So if you're starting to find pennies and stuff on the floor, that's from him. He said that he used to drop coins sometimes, and lose them and set them around the house. So he's doing that as a sign. But they're both with you, and they love you. Okay, so you're not alone. And everybody here at Spiritual, we're a community, and we all help each other. Okay, so you keep coming here. You talk to all of us. Talk to people. So many people here will be your friend. You're not alone. Please don't ever feel that you have to go it alone. I'll help you, and people here will help you. Okay. I send a lot of blessings to you. Hang in there. We're with you, okay? Now go find that notebook. All right. Oh my gosh, guys, I didn't realize what time it is. Well, listen, we got one more thing to do here. We're going to do spirit shout-outs. And this is something I started adding to messages from the spirit world. These are just messages that randomly come through for YouTubers. I never know. It's like they may not even send me a letter, but their name comes to me, and then I have to give a message. So here are some messages for some of you guys, and I wrote them down here so I wouldn't lose them. This first one is for Joshua Baldomero. Joshua, I have to tell you, I'm getting a message here from a spirit guide that's around you. There's a spirit guide named Jared. Excuse me. His name is Jared. He has a J name like you. His name is Jared, and he was a banker during the 1920s. He's wearing a beautiful suit. He's a very polished man. And he says to tell you, he says, don't worry about money. He said, I'm working on helping him get some new job. It looks like there's some new work. And he asked me to tell you the month of June is a good time for transition. So you might want to start exploring some career opportunities. Ask for Jared to help you, but it looks like June is where you're going to see a step up in the money. Okay, so I had to bring his name in that message to you. Hope it helps you. All right. I also have another spirit shout out for Mr. Prinz Biat. Hi, Prinz Biat. Well, for your Serene Highness, I have a message, and it is, they're asking me to tell you, the spirits keep saying, tell Prinz Biat to watch for a big business opportunity during the month of March. Looks like this will be a long-term investment opportunity. And the spirit people keep saying, Tell Prince Beyond, don't pass it by. Give it serious consideration. The words they keep saying are long-term finances. I feel this may be from what they're showing me, a development, like somebody wants to develop a tract of land, possibly put hotels on it, maybe a resort type of investment. So be open to that. It looks like during March somebody's approaching you. The spirit people are saying, be prepared. There's more blessing coming in the money area. Anyways, hope that makes some sense. Thanks for writing and watching. All right, our next spirit shout out is for Lynn Odell. Hello, Lynn. Lynn, I have a message here for you from my spirit guide, Rose. And Rose woke me this morning and she said, tell Lynn thank you for the honor of putting a martini glass on her altar for her chalice. Rose said, today she's so touched by that effort. She said, tell her that I might steal it from her. She won't really steal, but if it disappears, just say, Rose, go find that glass, bring it back, and it'll reappear. But she just wanted to tell you she noticed it, and she says thank you. Anyways, hope that helps. Makes some sense. Well, guys, listen, that's all the time I have got for letters today. I want to say thank you for being here. Thanks for being part of Spirit Channel. Listen, if you haven't done so, pop over to my website and pick up my books. We got a lot of books there at Spirit Channel. We've got Ouija Mysteries, the Spirit Board Seances, Psychic Bob's Book of Wiccan Wisdom. And we've got Messages from Rose, and that's just a few. I have a lot of books I've written and published, and you can get those at my website at robert-hickman.com. I'll put the link to that below as well. So go to my website and check out my books. You guys are the best. Listen, thank you for being here at Spirit Channel. Help me out. Like this video, favorite it, share it with your friends, hit subscribe, and be part of our channel. We'd love you to be here. You guys rock. I love you. Sending blessings. We'll see you back here tomorrow, Wednesday, for Wiccan Wednesday. Be here. We'll see you then. Love you guys. And until tomorrow, may you always blessed be.